Oh, sweet. There I am. I'm live. Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Tootie's Toy Box. I'm, of course, your host, Miss Tootie Odin. Let me fix my camera. It's flimsy. It's sitting in such a delicate position. I don't know angles very well. So what's up? How have you guys been? Last week's episode was an impromptu episode because of the Drewski video going viral. As you all know, or as most of you know, we do topics of pop culture. So when something when something viral happens, most of the time it's worth talking about, especially when it's a subject that I'm interested in, such as controversies and people exercising their right to express themselves and their artistry. And I think that's all Drewski was doing. He did a brilliant job at it, and I fully support him. I'm hoping and praying that there's no real backlash for it. He doesn't deserve it for making a funny. If you haven't watched the episode, I highly recommend you go and catch it, even if you don't watch the whole thing. If you like it, leave a thumbs up. If you like this episode, leave a thumbs up. Today's episode is going to be just a little bit different. I usually go through this routine of reintroducing past projects and reintroducing the tools that we use to work on these projects, just in case anybody's ever interested in the hobby of model kit building. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you guys the last two projects that I did. The very first one was this General Grievous. Dude is a gangsta with it. He's very delicate, so there's parts of him that are still not put together. I have glue, but the glue I have is very old, and I have to buy new glue. I actually tried using it today. I tried warming it up, but this is a hand-built General Grievous. That was the very first one that we did together, and it was fun as hell. It was an absolute challenge, but it was so much fun to do. The second one, maybe second or third one, I do have others, but these are the ones that I was able to immediately pull out, is the one and only Mr. Darth Vader. This was a fun one, also a little bit easier than the Grievous. There wasn't too many hard pieces. A lot of the pieces were giant pieces like this one. This one too isn't complete. I lost two pieces that belong in the back. I did try to like glaze him and shine him up so that he looks he looks shiny. But here's the thing, I probably should not have done that. I think I should have left it matte to the way it was, because it just looks like a toy. I kind of wanted these figures to look a little bit more realistic than they do. It's okay. It's a learning process. Which way can I put them here? Maybe against the white bed. There? No? Am I doing it right? No, you're not doing it right. Yeah, I figured. So those are two of the Bandai Namco projects that we did together in past episodes. If you want to catch those, go ahead and do so. You're more than welcome to catch the entire series of the model kit buildings. Are all in my all in this YouTube channel. Now we will be working on this Mando Starfighter. I didn't open it yet. I do plan on opening it with you guys, as I explained last week. So it's going to be new to me. I'm going to imagine there's a lot of big pieces, because with the ships. Oh, that's what I did. The AT-AT. I didn't pull the AT-AT out. He's actually under my bed. That was a fun one to do too. Let me turn my phone off. All of a sudden, people want to text me. Go away. The AT-AT was so much fun to do, actually, but it was easy. It took just a handful of days, 4 days to actually build, because a lot of the pieces were big for the ship. So let's get going. I'm gonna open this officially. Open this with you guys. So let's do it this way. Ribbon cutting. Okay. It is official. We have started a brand new project. So let's go. So again, this is the Mandalorian Starfighter. Probably should have built this when Mando was what's the word? Trending. It was not, or it is not at the moment. Ooh, this one comes with two papers, two instrucciones. All right, so this already somewhat complicates the build in that it comes with specific rules on this one, on which pieces to actually use your cutters and which ones not to use your cutters for. And by cutters, I do mean these guys. These are what I use essentially to cut off every piece from the grid that the pieces are on. As you can see, they're all here. They're all numbered, so I know what order to go in. And then we file them down. We file them down with beautiful, ladylike nail files. Shout out to Mr. Ed, who just loves the filing. He calls it the filing podcast when I do these. Shout out New Zealand. Shout out Ed, by the way. And I think my favorite thing here is the manual. There we go. I feel like my favorite thing about doing these model kits with you guys is there's no pressure, bro. There's no like, I don't have an agenda coming out here outside of just building with you guys. I don't have conversation to supply you. It's literally just conversation. And then if I get lucky enough to have people in the chat with me to converse with me, even better. Otherwise, it's just me shooting the shit for 45 minutes to an hour. Here is the guide, and here is the step by step for the guide. And it's not two pages, it's four pages of complicated complications. It looks like there's a little guy in there, so I'm gonna look for him. You guys know me and the little guys when it comes to these model kits. So, little guy. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get started. And in regards to my my Drewski episode that I just did, I lost a subscriber, I suppose, because of it. But man, sometimes you gotta just say what's on your mind. Not sometimes, like that's the whole point of having your own platform. Your own platform shouldn't be a platform where you limit yourself. You know what I mean? I don't think people watch podcasts and watch hobby shows so that the content creator limits themselves on what they're talking about. I also don't think they watch shows specifically for controversial content either. It is not my motivation to be a controversial human being when it comes to making these videos. My motivation, sole motivation, is to promote healthy hobbies for younger and older adults. This isn't a kids show necessarily. I do have a tiny audience of people that are significantly younger than me, but most of the audience is about my age, which is perfect actually, because that's who I'm aiming for. You know what I mean? I'm aiming for somebody who's a little bit closer to my age, who's also interested in the things that I'm interested in. I have when I get into like my Instagram fights with people who insist on trolling, they're like, "Oh, your Instagram is so childish. You're so childish." I was like, "Well, I'm happy. I'm having a really good time being childish, is what you want to call it. You play with toys. You're this, you're that. You play with toys." Like, no. I don't play with toys. I build them. I build them from pieces. And then I get to see them come to fruition. That's as adult as you can get. It's even if it was Legos, even if it was a Lego demo, I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with most habits and hobbies that people have for themselves, to be honest, if they remain healthy, if they remain something that's going to keep your brain going and going to keep you thinking and going to keep your hands busy and going to keep you alert. The cool thing for people my age, for people in their late 30s, early 40s, is to drink your life away and complain about every fucking thing in the world. That's the cool thing to do. I have no interest in doing that. My friends, the very few that I have, no. Go out drinking, of course. Have a good time. But I'm not interested in hearing your bitching just as much as you're not interested in hearing mine. Let's get together. Let's have a good time. Let's fellowship. Let's talk about up and coming things that are happening in both of our lives, and let's encourage each other. You know what I mean? It's not that hard to be an adult, ladies and gentlemen, and to enjoy what people would call childish things. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? And maybe that didn't come out right. childish things in that, building toys or even collecting things or whatever. I think a lot of people associate that with nerd culture and for some reason find it a little bit taboo. It's not. It is what it is. People my age, especially, who grew up on The Simpsons, who grew up on cartoons, who understand there's an entire world, an entire industry of things that you can eventually make money on if that's really what you want to do. Video game industry. It started with us. The video game industry career started with us. The YouTube podcasting industry started with the generation right after us. We missed the bus on that one, unfortunately. That's why I'm doing it now in my early 40s and not very successful. I just started though, so we'll see how it goes. All right, let's open one of these bags up, son. Continue to the back side. Let's see. This says 1. Okay, continue to the back side. Why are you doing that? I missed this. I missed the confusion. I've missed this. So it's lovely to be back. It's lovely to be back doing exactly this right here. All right, so I see what it wants me to do. So let's get started. I am pulling out 2 different pieces, A2 and B5. So let's look for that. Here is my A, and this is A. So this is A, and then B is here. So let's pull A out first. A2. It has officially begun. Here are the water decals that go on the project. Are they upside down? Yes, they were upside down. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see those very well, but these are the decals, the details that we will be putting on Mando spaceship as soon as it is done. There we go. Much better. Sort of better. Shitty camera. All right. So I'm pulling out A2, which is this giant alien head looking ass piece right there. So let's pull that out. Now, again, it did say for some of these pieces I will not be able to use my tool. So I am going to have to review that, honestly. It'd be very wise to do that before I get too far into the project. All right, put these guys back. And then here is our B cards right here. And I am pulling out B5. Look it. It's little guys. All right, B5. Let's find it. Here is B5 here. It looks like a space chair. That is it there, B5. Look, there you could sit there. All right, let's pull that out carefully. We found the little guys, you guys. All right, B5 is pulled out. And we are attaching B5 right onto the middle of A2 there. So got to make sure I actually do this proper. So it sits this way and it connects. And it connects. Let's see. Oh, that's backwards. So this goes on the bottom. I'm not really seeing how it connects. Hold on one second. I'm not really seeing it. Let me make sure I didn't fuck up already. I might have. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. This one just comes with instructions, extra instructions, I guess, to be helpful. The Mando project is a newer project, so I assume that might be why they just upgraded the software that comes with the hardware. There's no way in hell this chair is going to connect to this. Does it slide somewhere? No. Maybe here? Maybe back here? Oh! It goes in the big hole! It goes in the big boat-shaped hole there. It goes there. It goes in the big... Welcome to Tootie's Toy Box. That is hilarious. All right. What an idiot. What an idiot. Sorry, I had to do it. Okay, next piece is C111. And it's going to go right in front of the chair there. So let's pull that out. I guess we're opening all of our packs today. Oh, here we go. C111. And that is whatever this hunker is here. That is C111. And we will carefully pull this piece out also. Cool. All right. And this one goes upside down this way, almost like in the shape of a bathtub. And I am placing it in front of the chair here into this hole there. So I don't know what the hell the chair's doing, but it's being covered. Maybe he's going to take a bath. We don't know. Mind our business. Okay. Next is B9, B8, and C15. All right. Let's go. B9, B8, which is our little guys. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, their silver is full. Look at how cool those look. I can't wait to take them off. Okay. Commercial. All right. Let's take them off so that I can show you guys my favorite part of these projects. Oh, I should do it on camera, huh? All right. His ass is harder to do. Let's make sure I don't destroy the integrity of the ass piece. There we go. Okay, here they are. They both kind of look like Mando a little. Look at the face. Mando / the Rocketeer, right? They got Rocketeer vibes. No? There they are. Little guys, Silver Surfer looking guys. Okay, so C9 and B8. C15 attaches to B8. Let's see, make sure that, okay, B8 is the only one that has something that you can attach him to. So let's pull that out. Thank you for anybody who is watching now, for anybody who will be watching in the near future. I appreciate all of it. And if you are here if you're here, say something in the chat, son. What's up? All right, you guys will never guess. You guys will never guess what C15 is. I almost want to take a picture of it before I get rid of it. That's interesting. Oh my God, it's so tiny. It's Baby Yoda, y'all. What's his name? Grogu? Groot? I don't know. I don't know movies. That was a joke, obviously. But there he is. There he is. Let me see if I can. You can kind of see it, right? You can kind of see the shape of him, right? Huh? Yeah. There's his ears and shit. There he is. Okay. So he gets attached to our B8 silver guy. This one. So I'm going to go ahead and attach him now. Really hard to do with gigantic assed fingers. But we're getting it done. There we go. And he is officially sitting on the lap of, I'm assuming, Mandalorian. So I got you, little buddy. So there we go. B9 is, I'm going to set B8 to the side quickly for a second. B9 attaches himself into the chair, into the tubby thingy. So that's going in, and he is officially in there. As you can see, he's ready to go. All right. Another thing I do for these projects is I mark where I'm finished because my brain don't work so good. And I forget. And then I'll confuse myself, and then I'll go ass backwards, and it'll drive me crazy. So I always mark the last steps that I did with an X or a circle or an I or a swastika or something. I don't know. C17 is the next piece. C17. These are all really, really small pieces that I'm working with right now. And my giant paws does not like that. There we go. C17 is another internal engine piece possibly. It's definitely for the ship because we're making a ship. All right. C17 goes inside where the driver is. And let's see which way it goes, actually. Make sure I'm pointing it in the right direction. Looks like it goes this way. And I do have some extra plastic on it, so that has to be removed before I can actually put this piece in. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that little bit of extra plastic there is going to compromise the entire project. Japan is very precise about what fits inside of their project so that they dovetail perfectly. It's very smart, actually. C17. So again, it goes in this way, and it goes here, like so. Psych! I did it wrong. Hold on, let me see. C17 is, that's facing the right way. Oh yeah, it does go in there. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's in. And the reason why I was having trouble, it's this piece here. The only reason why I was having trouble with it is because I didn't cut up enough of that extra tiny little slivers of plastic. So I see someone in the chat. Let's see what's up. All right. Hi, Jojo. It's good to see you. Even though I can see, he lives 3 feet away. I can see him all the time, but I'm glad he's here. Okay. A4 is the next piece that I'm pulling out. All right, Jojo, if you're here and it's just me and you got to laugh at all my jokes. Everything. Like, fake it. I don't care. A4 is the next piece that I'm pulling out. A4 is this long blade looking thing. I believe it's a side of the ship that we're building. We are moving right along with this project, huh? All right, and A4 is going. A4 is going to be attached to this side of the ship on this side. Looks like it's going in that way. There we go. Cool. So it was placed in as a slant. There, you could barely see it, but it is there. So the shape of this ship is unique. It's going to be fun. Well, you know, if you've seen the show, you've seen the boat or the ship or the, you know what I'm trying to say. All right, so those two are done. Mark them, dude. C19 is next. We are going all over the place from A, B to C. So let's pull out our C card again. And we will be pulling out C19. which is this piece here. Kind of looks like a battle piece, a little. Here's the piece here. Pulled it out just fine. Probably shouldn't have worn gray today. It's really blending in with everything else I'm doing. All right. C19 is going next to Mando, but on the other side, I believe. So he's facing this way. It's going on this side, all right. And it's being faced that way. Let's see. So I've been watching this show called Fish Tank. It's my guilty pleasure, my obsession. It's on its 5th season. It's so ridiculous. I'm far too old to be watching such junk television, but I'm also not a snob. I don't mind junk television if it's good, and Fish Tank is good junk television. It's a bunch of strangers. There, put that piece in. It is a bunch of strangers who get together. It's like Big Brother, but like with abuse, in a sense. Lots of verbal abuse, lots of tactical abuse. C16. So C16 does give me a warning here, as you can see there. It tells me not to use my clippers. So we'll see how I can pull it out. I assume I have to pull it out with my actual fingers. So let's find C16 so that we can see what it actually looks like. Here is C16. Here it is small, like it's significantly small. I don't really know why I can't use clippers outside of that little, if you can't see it, but that there right against my thumb, that must be the most delicate piece. So, how the hell am I going to pull this guy out? I'm trying to twist it. I'm trying to twist it out, actually. Okay. There we go. Got one. Did the other. Pulled it out safely. All right. Cool. So we pulled it out safely. That is the piece there. If you see the edge, the very, very edge of it, I'm going to try to whiten it with my fat forehead there. There you go. Stop it. Yeah, that's really small. So that's what I assume that's what it didn't want me to damage. So, all right. C16 is going on this side of Mando. Is that a commercial? Commercial. And it's going to go here. So, yeah, I've been escaping, like literally like escaping and missing out on so much social media bullshit because I just put it there. You see it there, here. It's such a good escapism show. They did an impromptu movie, a 4-hour movie almost, mind you. And it was just completely, all of it was improvised, just with the productions saying, okay, now you have to act like you're dying. And it actually came out really good. One, it was hilarious because this is just a cast of regular people who say the first thing that jumps into their brain. And they didn't get tired. It was an endurance test. I think production was actually trying to torture them and wear them out. And it didn't seem to work. They all did a really good job. For 4 hours, they acted their asses off. And man, was it such good escapism TV. I don't do Love Island. I don't do Bachelor. I don't do Survivor. I don't do any of those bullshit ass reality TV shows. This is as reality as it gets. Real ass people doing crazy stuff while the audience tortures them via TTS chats and whatnot. So fun stuff. Again, a guilty pleasure. It's not for everybody. I try to get my best friend into it, and he's just not into it. So C110 is the next piece that we will be pulling out. It's similar to the other piece that we pulled out. There it is there. All right. And this one is going on the other side. I believe it's going on this side. Hold on. Yeah, it's going on the side where the little piece was put in, and it goes this way. The interesting thing about these pieces here is that they're not all necessarily connecting to holes and like, okay, this divot goes into this hole. They're actually almost connecting more closely to Lego pieces, which is fun. All right, so this goes here. Okay, so that piece is in, and I just put it there. Sorry, I'm trying my best to do these on camera and also be able to see them at the same time. So C215 and C216. I think I'm gonna finish off this page, and then we're gonna stop there, because after that there's only 3 more pages left. So I knew it was gonna be a quick project. So C215, C216. Now these are both pieces that I cannot pull out with my clippers, with my scissor guys. So I have to figure out a way to do them by hand. So let's do it. What I say was, I already forgot. C215. Okay, so this is C1. A, B, C2 is here. Okay. C215. Don't use the clippers. So here's C215, and here is C216. These 2 pieces here are the 2 pieces I am pulling out. They do look delicate. As big as they are, they do look extremely delicate. So what I usually do with pieces like this is I'll unlock the thickest piece of the piece with the clippers, and then the rest of it I kind of just try to wiggle out as best as possible. This doesn't seem like it's going to be possible without breaking it. Damn it. All right. Okay, let's see if I can do it now. All right. Wiggle that one out. Poof. Wiggle that one out just fine. Let me see if I can unlock this guy, and then see if I can do the same here with this piece. Okay. All right, we did it. Nice. Okay, very good. That was C215, C216. C216 is going to be connecting to C215. It's undercarriage, I guess. Somehow, maybe this is how it goes here. Kind of looks like it. Yep, okay. Done. That's the 2 pieces put together there. That's the bottom of it. Once again, that's the top of it. Next, I have C18 and C11. And these will be the last pieces of the night, man. Good fucking start, man. Good start. C18 is this machine gun looking ass thing there. C11 is this long rod here where my finger is tapping. All right. I don't have any restrictions as far as pulling these pieces out. So I'm just going to do it. Here is C18. And here is C11. Okay. Oh, dropped it. Okay. C11 is there. Excuse me. C11 is attaching to the very, 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 very top of the spaceship, if I don't keep dropping it. And I believe it goes here and here. Okay. I'm going to show you guys where I put it as soon as I'm able to stick it in there. It's not very secure. It's not very secure, but hold on. I'm going to show you now. All right, so the rod, the C11 rod is placed here. Again, very delicately because it feels like it wants to come off. It did just come off. Hold on. Do I have it backwards? It's possible I have it on backwards so that it doesn't stay where it's supposed to. Let's try it the other way. No, the other way was better. I had it right the first time. All right, so that's in. And our last piece of the evening is the C18 piece here. Oh, these have to go. Okay. Let's take those off. Okay. And C18 goes in the back portion of the ship. And it is placed here, like so. There we go, just like that. So it's placed in. And I had another piece pop off, so hold on. Why did it do that? Shouldn't have done that. All right, we got it. All right, so the very first few steps for our new project is complete. We have the ship pilot. We have remnants of the battle parts of the ship already ready to go. We have Mando and Baby Yoda ready to go whenever we're ready to use them. And then we have additional internal engine pieces that we will be putting in eventually. So good start. Absolutely amazing start to this build. I'm excited about it. It's probably going to be a really quick build. This is what we're going to be looking forward to when we are actually finished. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun one to display and look at along with the rest of the collection. So very, very exciting. Really, really looking forward to it. I will more than likely be with you guys again live tomorrow night to continue working on this project, as I will be unavailable Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We are on the road again. We are doing our kicking off our spring events with my work. So I'm really excited about that, as much as I'm excited about doing this project. So thank you guys for joining me in this project. Again, it's going to be a fun one. So tune in live whenever you guys can. If you guys cannot, no big deal. I know nobody wants to watch somebody build toys all the time, but you know what? Sometimes it could be relaxing, and that's kind of the goal here. So I hope I was able to provide that for you guys. If you like this content, if you like this episode, if you like this channel, do me a favor, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like. I'm trying to reach 1K, unrealistically reach 1K followers in my very first year of doing this type of content. So thinking big and dreaming bigger. So thank you guys so much for joining. I will see you guys tomorrow, more than likely. I may or may not, but more than likely, I want to try to get this project going and getting some people watching and maybe encouraging them to get started on their own healthy hobbies. I have been Tootie Odin for Tootie's Toy Box. I will see you guys tomorrow.